Hello and welcome back to yet another coaching. This time I'm joined by Hazy, who wants to learn a toolbox deck today. Hazy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am a diamond player, and
Diamond.
it's
Sorry.
okay. Um, well, I really love toolbox decks since I think we saw decks from Rubin. I think it was Aurelia season, and well, I got in love with that kind of decks, and now that Aphelios and Viktor are busted, I would like to give them a try.
Okay, perfect. And so you have played Aphelios before, right? You know what he does.
Yeah, I played Twist the Fate of Aphelios, and mm, yeah, I think that one is the one that I play mostly. I think I played some Lux Aphelios back in the time, not last season.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but yeah, Diamond player, definitely very high level already. I'm looking forward to if there's even something I can still show to you, still explain to you, find out together. Okay, for the deck lists, I've went, like usually if I start with a new deck list, I go through over here to the leaderboard and just check the deck lists over here for all of the different top players. I went to the top 500 players and just copied out all of the Viktor lists and all of the Vi lists in here. There was one guy playing Helios and Lux over here, Field of the Run, stuff like that. And a few guys were playing the Bandle City, Aphelios. This one is like
Yep.
with Shellfolger with Fizz, or just like Papercraft Dragon. Like a swarm deck basically. Kinda interesting.
Yep,
Yeah.
I saw that list yesterday. It was for a tournament, I think.
It was pretty high, I think. It was on the first or second page. Quite interesting with the attached units here and building a bigger Aphelios up. It's not really like a toolbox deck, it's more of a swarm and
Yep.
deck. Then I also saw some people trying out the just standard Nightfall lists with the Duskbringer and also really not really Nightfall, I guess, like Atrocity and Invoke all in basically. Well, Temple, Wonder, and then just go Atrocity Vengeance here. But in the main lists were either with Vi or with Viktor. So as you can see here, I looked at a bunch of different lists. And what you want to do, especially with toolbox decks, is you want to see which cards are the core deck and which cards can be filled up with flex slots. Especially if you play like a toolbox deck, you want to adjust to the meta and want to just like slam the same 30 to 40 cards. Instead, you just really want to maximize targeting one deck or targeting certain types of decks. For the Y deck,
When
yeah.
sorry, when you say flex slots, was basically are those cards that you use depending on the meta, right?
Exactly. For example,
I know, I know that concept as text cards from Yu-Gi-Oh.
mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah,
How
I think it's the same thing.
I determined this by just looking at all of these different lists and just seeing what card does every list play, what card do some lists play, what card is really only in some very in one list, for example. Cards that every deck plays, they're like the core cards. You don't really want to switch out oftentimes, and the other cards you can oftentimes target specific things. And here with the Y list, core decks are like most people play one Thermo Beam, Duskbringer, Sketcher, just typical early game stuff, Ballistic Bot, Guiding Touch, and these ratios are the minimum numbers. Like people play 3 Guiding Touch, people play 3 Mountain Goat, but no deck that I've seen has played less than 2 Mountain Goats, the Y version. And this Star Shaping, just for some healing, some Dredger, Priestess, typical value stuff. Hush seems very powerful against Riven, for example. Viktor, get excited. And yeah, this seems to be the core. The Y deck's a little bit more flexible. Like you only run 2 Y, 1 Zoe, or 3 Y, depending on what you want to do. And the Viktor decks are pretty similar. but they are like a little bit more streamlined. You have Duskbringer, Sketcher, Ballistic Bot, Ballistic Shot, Pale Cascade, Aphelios, 2 Hush at least. Like every deck runs 2 Hush. I think 3 is too much. Viktor and Star Shaping. Most decks run 3. I've seen like 2 decks to only run 2 of. This is like the core concept of your deck. You don't really want to swap out. You don't want to just move the ballistic bots. Makes sense because they both enable Aphelios and Viktor. So this is like the core concept, I would say. And I've seen some really interesting flex slots here, and this is where really the good deck builders come out. With toolbox decks, it's a little bit more about the deck building, I would say, than about actual playing the decks out. Since some people play Pro Cannon, don't really like this card that much, but I guess it makes sense to jump blockers. Son of Zoe, Boom Baboon, interesting. I really like the Pharaoh's Financier, like just giving some big value spell. I think this card is really broken. Guiding Touch, Iterative. Like the question with Viktor decks is, for example, do you play Mountain Goat or do you play Financier? I would think Financier is better. Mountain Goat is, of course, a fearsome blocker. Both have their advantages. Really like the Sunblessed Vigor idea. 1 or 2 off can suddenly protect your Aphelios. It's a really cool card. Fly Priestess, Triples, Some Fumes. I think this is also a very interesting decision point. Do you play Some Fumes? Do you play Get Excited? Get Excited can deal to the Nexus, but you have to discard. Some Fumes you don't have to discard. Can't deal to the Nexus. We stand together, one deck run this. And Aftershock is another decision point. Do you want to counter Sundisk? Then you have to run 2 or even 3 Aftershock. Or do you just say, I don't really want to deal with Sundisk, then I don't play Aftershock. It was around 50-50, I would say. 50% of the decks played 2 or 3 Aftershocks, 50% played 0. But this is a card you either want to play 2 or 3 of, or 0, because if you play it, you want to draw it with a Sundisk. Giant Mystic, the Wonder is a 1 or 2 of. The Percival, this one isn't really played in Y decks, because you already have Y as a 5-drop. Viktor decks, it's usually a 3 of. And I really like the Sunburst as well, basically a better removal spell for the Riven here. Yeah, if you want to really like climb with a toolbox deck, you would start with a vanilla version, and then you would adjust these flex slots to what you really want to be building and want to be targeting. Any questions on that concept? Or
I see.
okay, great. So you said you already have a list. I could also send you a list. I think it was pretty good. Fun. With
Okay.
2 Sun Fumes, 1 Sunburst, no Aftershock. I don't think the Aftershock is really necessary. Yes, you can try, but like the problem with Aftershock is the opponent just plays a Soothsayer and you have nothing. I don't really like this card. Aftershock in general, type of decks. It doesn't really matter what deck we play right now. Like Diamond is technically more competitive, I think, than no Masters. I think we can work with any version right now, but this is like the real skill for toolbox decks, deck building, I would say. Should we just go with your list, or should I send you this one?
Yeah, sure. I
Okay.
think I can adapt to that one.
Yeah, I'll send you this one, and then we will see each other in the first game. Okay, we're in the game versus 6
Okay.
Talia, and yeah, just tell us what you think.
Okay, I will. I don't need horses, I need equinoxes. Stick shot, some fun. I think it's a Donald Mulligan, I need units.
Okay, so first game. What did you think about this matchup here?
Okay.
Like, do you think what is their win condition? What is our win condition? You said later in the game you want equinoxes. What do you want equinox for?
Yeah. I mulligan Hush away because I need equinoxes, I needed units. So I did a hard mulligan.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but what was your game plan? Like a general game plan?
That's my issue with Viktor Afe, that I don't get clearly game plan, but my idea was to get enough units so I can trade properly and get rid of K units like Taliyah 6 so I can play for Celestias late game.
Exactly, that's a very good plan. So, who do you think wins the late game? We or them?
Sorry?
Who wins the longer game? We or them? If the game goes long, who wins? You go to turn 10 to turn 15, who wins?
Well, I don't know, to be fair, but I should have won if I had more value or.
So in general, we
Yeah.
have our list has you have Aphelios as value. Oops, can't see that. This like Aphelios as value cards. We have a star shaping, and those are both 3-offs, and those are like basically infinite value. Oftentimes, you also have a Solari Priestess, and I think 2 or 3-off even. Do you know how many arsenals this deck runs?
No, I mean, I can look,
I
but I don't know.
0
He
to 1
summoned one
usually.
Arsenal.
Yeah, 0 to 1. We've seen one, like I've seen one list recently run 2, but mostly this deck either runs 0 or 1. So it's really, really mid-rangey, and sometimes has this win condition, but usually they don't even play it because they want to kill you earlier with the Overwhelm, with the Absolver. So in my opinion, if this game goes long, we definitely win. So we should play for the longer game, and like you said, we should play for taking out the key units, taking out Taliyah, taking out 6. This is our main concern, I would say.
Yeah.
And like you said, you want to full mulligan for units. I don't really think we have that many good units. We have some early game units, like the Mountain Goat, for example, we can mulligan for, or like the Duskbringer. But I like one card I would have kept a little forward. I would have definitely Mystic Shot is good to mulligan, I think, because they don't really have that many good targets. They just have the Rockhopper here. That's kind of shitty. Rockhopper. And same with Sunfumes, doesn't kill any of the champions, but I would have kept the Thermo Beam because like if you bank early on and they play a 6 on 4, we have 1 mana banked up, 3 mana here, then we can Thermo Beam the 6. If they play a Taliyah early on turn 5, for example, then we can Thermo Beam the Taliyah. So this is one card I wouldn't have mulliganed away just because our main game plan is to kill the champions. We want to just kill the champions and the rest of the deck isn't scary anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so from a term of removal, how many ways do they have? Like our win condition is Viktor and Aphelios. This is our win condition. If we get those units on the board and keep them on the board, we win. So how many ways do they have to deal with these two? You said one in the game, the Rite of the Arcane. Do they have any other ways?
Yeah.
Are there any other ways in this deck to kill our units?
Yeah, or vulnerables.
Vulnerable, exactly, but they only play like Rolling Sands cards. So they can't give us vulnerable later on. They don't play like an Exhaust, a Electron spell. They only have like Rolling Sands. We want to not play our units out when they have a Rolling Sands on the board. But otherwise, and some decks still run like Quicksand as a 1-off or 2-off. I have seen that before. But the main point is the Rite of the Arcane. And this is why, for example, in this matchup, I really like the +2/+0, because then they shoot us, and then we +2/+0, buff our Aphelios, and then we survive. So this is our main concern, and
Yeah.
we played well around it, I would say, for the most part.
I don't know if he's throwing Aphelios, but I do need to. The issue is right of, I don't know, right of the 4 damage card.
You see it's a little bit bugging out sometimes. It's the green screen, but
Oh.
it's fine. And over here, you said you are here concerned for the opponent's deal for damage here. This is a very
Right.
instructive moment because most people stuck in diamond don't pass enough. That's my experience. And we said before, we win the long game, right? If the game goes long, we win. And what you can do here is you play your petal and you just pass.
Yeah.
And this way you play the burst spell. So if they pass back, you get to action again. But if they play a unit, and then you know they can't have right of decay anymore, and you can play your Aphelios out safely. And you don't lose anything by doing this pass. And if your opponent is like having a 6 in hand, for example, then they're maybe thinking about Thermo Beam here. You have 5 mana, you go down to 4 mana, and they know if they play 6 here, they run into Thermo Beam that you should have kept in the opening hand. So they might not play anything, and honestly, if they pass, I might just take this pass. I might just say, okay, you waste your 3 mana, you don't get your 3/3 here, I'm fine with that. So
The issue here was that I had no units. I needed something on the board. I needed to generate value. That's why I played those petal on Aphelios.
yeah, but we can play Aphelios later on. You just play the burst spell and pass. And then if they play the 3/3, we play Aphelios. That was okay, but they should just pass first. Because if they play the 3/3, they don't kill our Aphelios here. Then we are fine.
Oh, okay.
And if they play the 3/3 here, we know we want Aphelios and maybe 3 damage to just kill it, for example. If they play a 6 here, you always want to get more information first. Like if you play a 6 here, you always go for the 2/2 or the 2-drop. If you play a 3/3, you might want to kill it. It's just a general rule. You should always take all the passes you can get.
Yeah. He played Endless Devote.
Exactly, but you just played out Aphelios immediately and you don't even know what he's going to do here. He could play a 6, he could shoot your Aphelios. You just don't know yet. And this is why passing is very important. You just want to show your opponent as little information as possible. And they know now, if you play the Aphelios, you only have 2 mana here. And they know they can play anything. Don't have to worry about them anymore. They can just do whatever they want. They can play a 6, can play a Devout, can kill your Aphelios. Don't have to be afraid of anything. That's why you usually just should pass very often in these type of reactive decks.
I would love to have a pin right now.
Okay, next interesting point was we summoned this guy. This is also an interesting point. Why are we playing this moon weapon? In general, with Aphelios,
Okay.
you want to cast 2 spells each turn, because then you get a new moon weapon.
Yeah.
So next turn, if you play our mana here, we have 4 mana in total. Then you can like play
Yeah,
Mystic Shot
but
and Guiding Touch, but this would be pretty poor. Why are we playing the moon weapon here? Is the question.
mm, I didn't want to use my Mystic Shot on 1/3/1. That's my issue.
Yeah, you mean if they open attack us? If they open attack, you're afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a point, but I think it's okay if they open attack us. I just use Mystic Shot and then I don't get hit by any other thing here. I don't think that's really a big problem. And we get Mystic Shot and another moon weapon this way. Like we Mystic Shot and then Crescendum, whatever, and then we get our 3 damage weapon. For example, I don't know like exactly the order off the top of my head. Basically, we get another thing here, and you get like you don't just lose the Mystic Shot for nothing. You get it for another thing. You get the stun weapon or the damage weapon, and this way you basically lose out on a weapon. And this is very, very important. Playing Aphelios, you'd never want to play a turn without getting a moon weapon. So I think this was a
Okay.
mistake here. It's just like, I'm not really afraid. If they open attack me, fine. I Mystic Shot this, I take 3 damage, I'm happy with this. I use the attack token, then I have time till turn 6, and then they attack me again. I don't have to be in a hurry, basically. I just have to wait. And yeah, I think these 2 lines, are like not passing here, seeing what the opponent is doing. I would have honestly maybe gone for the 3 damage weapon here if I knew they would play a 3-3, but we didn't know, so we went for 2 summons. I think those were the biggest points here. The rest of the game was fine. We summoned the guy, but you see, on this turn, they turn 4, we don't get a moon weapon here. They hit us,
Yeah.
we don't get a moon weapon. They attack us, that's fine. And to be honest, I wouldn't have blocked here, by the way. This is another point. We have a, like, you can say you want to save your Blinded Mystic for the Arsenal, but we don't even know if they have an Arsenal. Like, if you play against Cillian, for example, Cillian, Xerath, they always have 3 Arsenal. But with this deck, they play 1 or 0. So I would have just taken the 3 damage, and then played Blinded Mystic, silencing this guy. Then they can't have a landmark next turn for Talia, most of the time, and it just slows them down a lot. Like, Blinded Mystic on this guy is so good. Just getting rid of this landmark is so good. And yeah, imagine us we having 2 spell mana here. We still have our card in hand. We play Crescendum, Blinded Mystic, silence this guy, get a stun. Then the next turn they play Talia. Turn after we stun Talia, and then it's turn 8 already. Turn 8, we can do everything with our mana. Before they can attack us again. We have another stun, we have like Mystic Shots, we draw more cards. So yeah, a little bit like maybe a little bit fast played, I would say, but you can like silence. Like, this card is really, really important for the opponent's deck. They want to get this dead already and just get multiple 5/3s like they get in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. I could Celestial Wonder next turn, or I can prepare a Mystic Shot on Talillo. Hmm. Okay, this looks fine. Hmm. Hmm. Now, Sonia. Okay. No, he's not gonna attack. Oh no. Mana for next turn. I hope. Ouch. Okay. Oh. Mm. Elusive. Okay.
Okay, and then continue a little bit, and yeah, then here I like the meteor shower. That's totally fine. You don't need the champions. You don't need the warrior. Doesn't do anything. And then this is also fine with the level up, and then we shoot both guys. But just imagine we silence this guy. Just imagine they get a 2-2. Instead of this 5-3, they get a 2-2. And Talia is not leveled here. Talia would be at 4 out of 5. So they can't open attack us. So little bits and things adding up. And yeah, quite interesting, I would say. And yeah, the rest is just a little bit unfortunate. They drew all of the champions, and we just kind of don't have our Aphelios anymore. Don't think there was a way to save Aphelios here. Because they have the right. Yeah. Kind of no way to save him here. But yeah, those are like the main points, like passing a little bit more, taking a little bit more time, and planning out your future turns. If you have Aphelios, you always want to get your moon weapon each turn. It's like your number one priority. You can take some damage here. You have like a total of 15 points of healing in your deck or something with Guiding Touch and Star Shaping. So you can take some damage. But getting your moon weapons is like the biggest priority here.
Yeah, but if I pass it, I okay, I pass. If opponent goes for Rite of Negation after my pass, I lose Aphelios and I lose the weapon.
You mean when?
I had no way of saving Aphelios.
In this, which spot was it? You mean over here?
No, after.
After.
Next turn.
Next turn. Okay, let's look for it. Over
There.
here.
Yeah, that's that turn.
Okay, you take, like, my line would be to take the damage.
No, I think it's Nectar because he had a banquet spell mana, so it's turn 5.
Turn 5, okay. Yeah, in turn 5, there was nothing else you
There.
could do. I give you that. Like, turn 5 was fine. We played Meteor Shower, we hit the Talia, that's totally fine. We can't save the Aphelios. We didn't draw any of our save cards. Like, Aphelios is dead already, but they shouldn't have this landmark on the board, is my point.
Yeah.
That would be my difference. Like, Aphelios would be a 4-4. They might be a little bit more scared. Could have a Pale Cascade, for example. I don't know that, but you have to tap out anyways here with Meteor Shower, so we lose Aphelios anyway here. That's unfortunate. But we could have removed this landmark here.
Yeah, but maybe I could have iterated 3 times through the weapons.
Like maybe you got 3 more weapons in this time. Exactly. That was my idea. We got the stun weapon, then we can stun like the Talia. And even having one more cheap stun would have made a difference probably. We could stun like in the end the Arsenal. I had the Arsenal here randomly. And if you have a 2-mana stun here, you can, instead of playing the 6-mana card, you can just stun this and then stun both and then survive for a turn, most likely. Like you block this, you don't survive, but unfortunate. Maybe with some fumes then? No. I don't think there was a way to survive in this end. Like they just drew very well as well with the Talia 6 and Arsenal. Like this is always a 1/2 of like. Okay, I think this was a good first game to be jumping to another one.
Okay.
Okay, next game here. Let's see who we are facing. Okay, Targon's Peak. This will be a rough matchup. Another one we want to have like Aftershock against. We will just have to like hope, I guess, that we find like our star shaping and stuff.
Yep.
I would mulligan it all. We can Mystic Shot if we want, but against Zoe, but I would mulligan the rest. I would assume this is a bad matchup for us.
Yeah, it is. Not Zoe.
No Zoe. It's good. I would demo this. Demo it immediately. You have no other targets for Thermo Beam. It's a very bad card to hit with Targon's Peak because it does nothing. Just want to get it out of our hand immediately and want to slow them down as fast as possible, as much as possible. Okay, Priestess.
Okay.
Okay, we take the traveler here.
In
Very good.
Traveler.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Know how to use the Traveler. Okay, that's one of my points. But in this case, I think the Traveler is the best option.
Against Tyrant's pick, we want big stuff. I would just play the traveler right away.
I need an Equinox or a landmark removal. So.
Yes, basically that. Or
Oh.
just big stuff. That's unfortunate.
Okay. Now I need two Equinox.
We don't have an
I
Equinox,
attack.
so we will attack. Yes, like we already can play the big stuff next turn. Like they have 5 mana next turn already, so they can play Tyrant's Peak if they have it. There's no difference between 5 and 6 mana, or like 6 and 7 mana. We'll just attack.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, it just goes for the
That's
Archer Alien Soul. But that's actually good
yeah.
for
That's
us. Because we can
I
shoot, we can kill the 0-3 here with double Mystic Shot. And they can play Aurelion Soul next turn.
wait. Well, Mystic Shot for the Faces of One.
Yes, this way they can't play Aurelion Soul next turn. We get one more turn.
Oh, okay. That's big.
Not sure if this line ever wins, but we don't really have any other line. If they play Aurelion Soul, we lose, I would say. But this way they only have like 7 mana next turn. Aurelion Soul costs 8, so they can't play him. And we just take the hit.
Oh, I don't wanna take that.
why would you not take that? They don't have any direct damage. What are you afraid of? We had 11, so we don't die to Zoid. Why would you jump block? Doesn't make any sense. Like we never win through damage. We never lose to damage. Basically, we lose to being outvalued by a big stuff. So why would you care about your life total?
Yeah, but it's not like this is doing a lot. It's going to grow to 8.
Yeah, but you just make it like bigger trouble next turn. Well, it's fine. You can block. It doesn't really make much difference. But I wouldn't block here.
Okay.
It just doesn't matter if you're at 20 or 11 or like, as long as you're over 10, doesn't matter. I kind of just have to try and play Viktor and hope to find some crazy combo.
I can't play Viktor because which removal can he play?
He doesn't play removal.
He can have an avalanche.
Yeah, but that doesn't kill a Viktor. We have like 5,000 ways to protect our character. We have to play Viktor. We have no other line.
Okay, what if I play Messenger or Fiend something? What can I find?
Then you can't have your Sunblast Trigger anymore. Then if the double avalanche, you lose your Viktor. You have to get the Viktor going here. Like we are very clearly losing right now, so we have to take chances. Like our chances are we have like hit like a crazy Viktor. We go higher than them somehow. Okay, Tyrant's Peak doesn't matter. Just play our Viktor guy, Viktor spell. Exactly.
What can he play? Hush.
Don't attack yet. Why would you attack yet? Play your Duskbringer first. We could have also played Messenger, I guess, but I wanted to get this Duskbringer out of my hand. Then you play the Dusk as well. Play the Dust for 1 damage from Viktor.
It's Dusk.
Yes.
This one? Okay.
1 more damage on Viktor, and we prevent this from being hit by the thing next turn. We get 1 more damage in. That's best we can do.
I will attack.
Yeah. Now we attack. Okay, that's fine. Targon's Peak is a stupid deck. Let's see what they get here. What? Solari Soldier? That's so bad. We play the Priestess. Sisters, probably. Just elusive.
Yeah, great.
And now we block if they attack us. We block
Oh.
with 7-5. And that's fine.
No, I prefer the messenger.
Yeah, you can just play Messenger first, doesn't really matter that much. You need to find a silence anyways.
Cool.
Some fumes doesn't really do it. Fortunate. Tough matchup. Tough matchup here.
Okay.
Should we have 1, 3, 4, 6? That's rough.
I can some from here, but
I think the problem is that Viktor gets stunned. We don't really have an answer for that. How do we still win? We can silence our own Viktor. I think we have to try and find like a Mystic Shot or something. I would block like this, yes, and then shoot the other guy, shoot the other guy, shoot the other guy, shoot the 8/8. Yes, we have to try to find a Mystic Shot and Pelkas get the 2/2. Pelkas get the 2/2. Let's put damage on this thing. That's our only line.
okay.
Yeah, we have to find a way to kill this next turn. And then if we have our elusive Victor still on the board, we have to roll like Scout or something and then 1 turn kill your opponent basically. Now we play our Victor's spell as well. And we basically have to hit something insane here anyways. So if we don't keep a Victor alive, we never win. This is my thing. We always look for ways to win. Don't hit my Vigor. Okay, perfect. That's very good. I would start with the Priestess probably. Because Daybreak.
Again?
Probably again, yes. Don't have anything else. Or the Warrior. We can also go Warrior. Go Warrior, go Warrior, go Warrior, go Warrior.
It's because
we can take
we are
down
getting
the 9/3 down.
splitter, but we are getting same options again and again. Oh, okay, here we go.
Fine.
It's not fine, you know.
We have blockers, that's fine. Yeah, you didn't lose yet. Don't give up hope. I've won worse games. Yeah, just play the Exco upgrade.
Ingenious.
Okay, and then we play our Golden Sisters.
Yep.
These are long games. Golden Sisters, great. This way we save 1 mana on our Warrior. And then we play the Warrior and take down the stun guy. Okay, we're still in it. Definitely winnable. Yeah, believe me, it's well, now it's not winnable, but
Okay.
we can play one more turn. But I
Why?
think now it's lost. Second mind splitter, but before we could have definitely won this. We hush Zoe next turn. We get Hitler for a ton of damage.
You know what? I don't get it. Why they are using double mini splitter? I mean, wait. Okay. What if the first main splitter was made with this thing? No. Why is
Oh,
that
no,
break?
it was Daybreak. Yes.
Yeah.
Blocks that we survive. Um,
I don't think I have.
you can hush the Zoe.
Uh.
I think that's enough though.
mm, Go for to get young.
Yeah, that's not really helpful. But yeah, I would just hush the Zoe
Can
to
survive.
survive. Hush the Zoe.
I am thinking.
You can hush the Zoe. It becomes a 1-1. We're surviving.
Okay. Okay. I can start shape again, but.
No, it's fine. You don't die here.
Okay. Okay.
Now we Viktor thingy.
Spell chill.
Doesn't do anything. And then we
Okay,
star
spell chill.
shaping. Spell shield is okay. Then we star shaping again.
Oof.
Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
But I got the spell chill, so
It doesn't matter.
it was a nice roll. Scourge.
Yeah.
Scourge.
Scourges.
Boop.
Then we play Sunblessed Vigor on our Viktor. Not being
He
hit.
can attack.
Yeah, I know that we can't attack, but we don't want this to be hit by our Targon's Peak. We want to. Our win condition next turn is they hit one of our big guys, and we play both out, and we have Overwhelm and 16 damage with this. That's our win condition.
Okay, Scourge has 14 damage.
Nice.
Oh, I have.
We hit it. We have 0 damage. Now we slow down. Now we have to play other cards first. Like this. Very good. Just make him waste his time, basically. Lifesteal, okay. Just see if he does something stupid. Okay, just play the Duskbringer first. Just waste his time. This guy is impatient. He just played random stuff before. So he could do again.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. I think we won. Now we play.
Okay, this is not nice, but
It's nice. I think we won, right?
okay, get the jump.
Yeah.
No?
Yes, but both. Now we can play both.
Wait, I can dust petal and pass.
That's fine, yeah. If you want. It doesn't change anything. They have played both Celestial cards.
Yeah.
But I was scared
So
of double obliterate, basically. Double obliterate from Celestial, and they can't have that anymore. Now we win, I think. Try to do the math, but I think maybe. So that's 11. Not quite, right? Let's have a second one. Unfortunate. We tried our best, but it was really close. Like, think about it. If we challenge here, we have 11 damage plus 2 overwhelm. Went down to 2 life in the end. And you wanted to give up. Now we can give up, but it was really close to the end. You didn't believe me, but came down to 2 life.
It wasn't.
It was. Really?
No.
Yes.
You have it save it?
No, now we can't save it anymore. Now we can surrender. But before it was.
Oh, I mean, you have it recorded.
Yes. You can look at it if you want. 1 second. Okay, so you thought this wasn't close at all. I definitely think it was close. Like, two things you have to consider. This is a Radiant Soul, and he's leveled up. It just gives you a random Celestial.
Okay.
Like, random.
Okay.
And it's not 7+, it's just completely random. So they could have like a, let's say a 1/1 in hand. For example, 1/1 or the 2/2, whatever. Just random stuff. And
Yeah, but got an Immortal Fire and a Celestial.
yeah, that was lucky, but we didn't know that. We play for our outs. This is our out. Imagine this being a 2/2. 2/2? Yes? They don't have,
Okay.
they have like a random 2/2 in hand. And you know this deck plays a lot of dead cards. Let's say this is a Taron's Peak. This is a Catalyst. And this is a, I don't know, Building Stones or something, a ramp card. Ramp. So they can definitely have 3 dead cards here in the hand. You don't know that. But
Okay.
it's definitely possible. Like they have 50% of the cards are dead. They have 50% ramp and Taron's Peak stuff, 50% actual big cards. So in this point, imagine this being a 2/2. So we attack. We challenge this one. We attack with this one. This is 15 damage, minus 2, 13. And then plus 1. This is 14. This is a 10-10. So plus 4. 13 plus 4, they die. It's 17 damage. It's 17 damage if they don't have the second or the third Radiant Soul. If they don't have a... if they don't get like the big invoke here. If they get like... I think most other invokes just are fine. If it's like a 6 or lower invoke, 22 invokes. 22 invokes. And 8 of those we lose. Or let's say 6 of those we lose. But it's random for them. It's definitely still... We have still a very valid out to kill them here. With our Scourge and Elusive. Does it make sense? Or...
Yeah.
And before, like we of course the second Mind Splitter was terrible, but imagine here, imagine if they don't have the second Mind Splitter. Like this guy is gone. Like we kill this guy. Then we move on. Then you have a 10 attack, 10 elusive Viktor here. You still can very much kill them. And this is also very important with like these toolbox decks. You never give up. Like I've won these matches where my opponent has leveled up a Radiant Soul here plenty of times. At least 4 to 5 times. Because you just have like elusives, you can just randomly kill them. They don't have much. All they can do is star shaping. But they don't do all of that powerful stuff is slow. They can like obliterate slow, they can feel the rush slow. It doesn't really matter for us. Like, we can just silence this, we can attack elusive. That's always our... we always have an out, and this card is very weird. Nobody plays it normally, I think. Okay. Any other thing you want to talk about for this game?
No.
Okay. So do you have time for one last? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, this will be a very long matchup here. We face another sorry Aphelios deck.
So I will surrender because I have to leave.
Okay, no problem. Thank you anyways for joining, and...
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. Hopefully you have a nice day, and thank also to you viewers for watching, and yeah. GG anyways, even if it didn't win much.